So let's get started now with the workshop proper. So as indicated previously, we have 4 sections, and I'll first start a little bit about why video cases and why video cases in IB. Perhaps I don't need to convince you, but at least it gives you some educational background into the usage. Okay. So as you know and realize, we are not getting any younger, and our students always stay the same age. You know, you realize this from time to time when you talk about, I used to talk about the fall of the Berlin Wall, but then you realize at some point that these students were not even born when, you know, the Berlin Wall came down. So of course it's a major issue. So there's always an increasing difference between lecturers and the students. So there is a student effect, given that the new generation, Generation Z, is very much focused on video. I have 2 daughters. You know, writing an email or writing a text or reading a text is beyond them. But watching a video as more you know, online content is a lot easier for them. It's the way of life. So that actually was part of the storyline behind our project, in that we wanted to have educational content which was more linked to this new generation of students, which is just getting started, right? Of course, there's also a teacher effect, given that more and more universities and faculties were already moving to some extent to video, but also now, of course, with COVID, to online classes, and traditional materials are not easy, right? So, you know, the written cases and the textbooks is not easy delivering online. So I think that video cases cater well to this online and to this hybrid lecturing typology. And specifically also, I think in IB, I think, yeah, there's a little bit of a difference or specificity about IB, in that it's very difficult learning IB from a textbook. You know, it's like learning to swim on dry land. IB is international, so unless you have a really international crowd of students, or perhaps you teach in a different context yourself, but that's, you know, not the mainstay of lecturing abroad, or of lectures across Europe. So I think that IB from textbook is not really easy. Written cases are often not very strongly linked to real life and real people. You know, it often talks about the managers, but you don't get to really see them. And so, you know, imagining yourself as that manager is not always that easy. So I think that video cases in this respect help, given that they are some sort of combination of a time machine together with a flight simulator, in which you get to see how real managers make decisions, deal with problems, and hopefully you can then subsequently make the same decision in the future when you are confronted with it. Right, so I'm not sure if we again need to stop a little bit to give your feedback on this. Is there anybody that wants to say anything? Otherwise, I suggest we move ahead, because probably I don't need to convince you of the merit of video cases. Okay.